Welcome back to the world of Drakkenheim, and we are celebrating the second week of the Monsters of Drakkenheim Kickstarter campaign with more amazing adventures in Pluto Jackson's Monster Hunt. My name is Monty Martin, running our game as Dungeon Master.
And I'm Kelly McLaughlin, and we're going to be facing some Apothecary Abominations today. So you may have seen those in our regular show, but if you're just tuning in because you're interested in the Kickstarter, in Sebastian Crow's Guide to Drakkenheim, we introduced the Apothecary, a brand new class. We also looked at what some villainous apothecaries might look like, and today you're going to get to see the horrible monsters made by the apothecaries that have gone down the road of evil. But I won't be facing these monsters alone. We are joined today by our good friends.
Jill Denitis, and I am very excited to see what apothecary monsters we're facing today and the miniatures to match.
And Joe Gorman, and I'm excited to harvest some monster parts.
And so, we go to the scene where Veo, Sebastian, and Pluto are listening to the stories retold of the monster hunts of Pluto Jackson. Having finished your previous story about the troll hunt, how does Pluto introduce the tale to come ahead?
The days are long. The sun is high. As my colleagues and I rest, just like we are, amongst the campfire. And there's this new presence, this new evil, that we hadn't seen before, selling dreams, this idea that you can become stronger and faster and better with just a simple douse of a potion or a cream. And in Caspia, I say nay.
Yeah, we have spells that do that much quicker and more efficiently than a potion or a cream.
I mean, we even have potions and creams that help us.
Okay, can you guys just stop interrupting for a second? What we're going to be doing is I'm going to tell you this wonderful story about how my dad told me what to do. How he sent me on a quest with my lovable comrades, Galatea and Gemini. And
Wasn't it Galatea?
Yeah.
Sorry, in the last story you said it was Galatea. Was it Galatea or Galatea?
My Caspian
I
accent.
don't know. Is this person real?
Yeah, are you just making, did you actually have... Also, again, I love that you're telling a story about these two people who clearly didn't like you very much.
They loved me. In fact, they were paid to love me. And the thing is that we were sent on a very straightforward quest to go figure out these snake oil salesmen, these people peddling their wares to the weak and the foolish of Caspia. And it was insight into the fact that there are no shortcuts towards strength. And now we go back to Caspia, where I'm tanning.
Dark in the night, devil looking for a fight. With the coals they tear, the feet devil bite. Turn around, try to hide, best to stay out of sight. Say a string, so she rolling right. With a blade by his side, we will stand and fight. With the brave and bold, join the hunt tonight. Get around, grab your gear as the monsters are near. But we won't back down, we will face our fear. Like the true forward, check your blade and spear. Turn to the night, won't break us here. With a blade by his side, we will stand and fight. With the brave and bold, join the hunt tonight. Now turn the tides for those left behind. Now to grit our teeth, and we'll make things right. Now we know we can fight, now we take back the night. Our will and the light can be taken tonight. Together we stand, shells breaking our hands. In the dark, we'll stand up and fight. With a blade by his side, we will stand and fight. With the brave and bold, join the hunt tonight. Get your strength underneath.
Returning to Jackson Keep in the lands of Caspia, Pluto Jackson, having returned recently from his troll hunting adventures, is relaxing once again in the family home with his good compatriots Gemini and Galatea, who have recently helped him defeat the trolls. Basking in the praise laid upon you by your family, Saul Jackson interrupts your relaxations with, as he enters into the room.
I'm sunning myself.
You're sunning yourself, and the bearded, muscular 90-year-old father
My shield.
steps into the room, and his shadow blocks your sun.
Who is it?
My
Is it
boy,
Darkness?
I know getting a good tan is a very important attribute for any young man, but it seems like there's another problem in our lands, and I think that you should be the one to go and solve this.
I, solver of problems, Pluto Jackson, the great Caspian, will do that, Dad.
There
Write that down.
There are a pair of peddlers that have set up shop in an old tower not too far from here. They apparently come from some Altbrook University in Westamar, where they've been studying under some highfalutin doctor named Everett Freed. I thought nothing of them, but I've heard. Well, this is what the word is. They have been promising other Caspian noble houses the solution to get ripped quick.
No, there's no shortcuts.
Of course there aren't. It's hard work, pumping iron, experience in battle. That is how you get a physique like a true Caspian.
Doing push-ups and lifting weights and other calisthenics.
The lesser houses have always been looking for ways to shortcut on our well-established regimes of exercise, diet, and good 8 hours of sleep every day, taking care of the body as much as the mind. This is the way to health and muscle. So it's no surprise to me. However, the results were very impressive.
What?
Yes, indeed. I've seen several scrawny young up-jumped barons and counts come back with the size of an ogre.
Well,
Literally?
Literally.
Literal ogre.
That's seems dangerous.
these when you said university and studying, all I could think of was nerds. Nerds is upsetting the balance of Caspian tradition, of long runnings and high protein shakes.
Just to be clear, do you refer to anybody who has any sort of education as a nerd? You referred to me as a nerd weeks ago and have continued to refer to me only as nerd, not by my name.
And I am quite well studied in forms of magic.
You guys are different because I like you and you're right here.
I don't like you.
Oh. Strike that from the record. You
Now,
like
I would
me.
have
Write
thought-
it down.
Now, if it wouldn't be bad enough, these young scions, the heirs of House Kaitis and House Raynor, two of our vassal houses, I noticed them and how well they were progressing, but now their families have come to me and told me that they have gone missing.
They must be out maybe running the longest marathon ever.
I'm not sure,
Forever.
but
Forever
these apothecaries, these nerds, they can't be distributing strange solutions and shortcut tricks to our vassals and showing up the long tried and true House Jackson program.
Yeah, what will people think of us if they think that we took shortcuts?
exactly.
Also, maybe we just check it out and try it once and just see if it's like good.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah, like at least get our hands on it. and we
Just
can try it.
yeah. If
Yeah.
if it's safe, if it's natural,
Yeah. Like, I mean, if we supplement that with our extreme regime,
think of the results.
think of the results! Well, Dad, Papa, Father, man,
Pop.
I will go out. I will hunt down these peddlers, these nerds. I will steal what they have. I will beat them up, and I will send them out of Caspia running with their tails between their legs.
Are we suspecting they have tails?
I mean, when you start putting supplements in, you don't know what you're gonna get. I think you should always read the label, and that's why we stick to these tried and true practices, because there's been shortcuts in the past and things have gone south. So these guys are not above board.
All I have is this to go on.
Oh.
And he produces a jar that has only the remnants of some strange sort of cream inside it. That is a very strange color that has black but almost every color in it. And on the jar is a label that says Sackoff and Anders Miracle Cream, available now at the Acrid Tower.
I want to sniff it.
It smells
Wafted.
really bad. In fact, as you sniff it, you feel like the hairs in your nose sort of disintegrate a little.
Ugh! This is awful. And people put this on themselves? This is a cream or a spread or what?
Does it have directions?
This is why when you're seeing something, experimenting, you must
Yeah,
waft.
on the back it says
Waft.
danger, not suitable for use by anyone.
Waft. Do not put your nose right in it because you will potentially end up with no nose.
What's in this?
You know, they're not forced by law to put the ingredients on their labels.
Use magic. Figure it out.
Can I? May I? Can I use my magical abilities to know what it
Can't.
is?
Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
11.
Whatever is in this is not natural, but there's not enough of the sample remaining for you to discern what it actually is consisting of just by observation.
Should I put it on my body?
No.
Not at all. This is definitely man-made and slightly magical, so we must be careful about what we do with it. And we must make sure no one else puts it on our body, or else who knows what might happen.
It's really that bad if we let him put it on his body.
No, I need him to be in tip-top shape.
I
Hey,
suppose-
we're paying you.
Raynor and Kaitis, two of the young Caspians of our vassal houses, it seemed like they were going to that Acrid Tower and coming back with these jars all the time, rubbing it on themselves in the glistening sun and then exercising amazingly. But now they're both gone.
Well, we gotta go find them.
Well, I suppose the best place to look would be heading to the Acrid Tower as well.
I agree. My original thought is we should go to the Acrid Tower and discover the true nature of these people and find them.
And Pluto Jackson came up with a valiant plan once again to head to the Acrid Tower to find the missing Caspians.
Nailed it.
Yeah. A new chapter in your book, I assume.
The chapter, we'll
We'll come up with a name.
we'll write it after. It's probably good.
Usually I like to see what the adventure entails, and then I come up with the
Yeah,
title.
I don't wanna like, try to force it.
But the troll chapter is finished, just to let you know.
Okay, I can't read it, so you...
I'll read it to you.
Yeah, read it to me.
As per our paid discussion with your
Okay.
father, I will read you the chapters as you fall asleep
Thank you.
at night.
Thank you.
Well, good job, my boy. Set out. Take
Nailed
your
it.
retainers with you, and if they're up to no good, you can dispense some good old-fashioned Caspian justice.
That means we kill them!
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yep. Both.
Oh yeah, okay, you got it. You get it.
Yeah.
No subtleties here.
I mean, straight up, the Caspian legal framework is not really that advanced. And as a member, like, unfortunately, in Caspia, the Caspian noble houses, especially House Jackson, are effectively above the law in Caspia, and so if you do it, it's legal.
No, you're a prince.
Yeah, I can, let's go take a tower. Let's go get I need a new tower.
And Pluto Jackson sent out to single-handedly take the Acrid Tower.
Oh, you guys can come.
Again, in the book, we're barely mentioned.
Yeah, that's
The
important.
idea is that you do this all. This is all you, Pluto Jackson, according
you
to
could say
our
like
contract.
a band of
Yes.
friends.
Band of plucky adventurers
Yeah.
set out, led by Pluto Jackson. But it's
Exactly.
always led by Pluto Jackson, decided by Pluto Jackson, because that is
Please
what I'm being paid to write.
Do not describe me as plucky.
I mean, fair enough. I would not describe myself as plucky either.
Good. Acceptable for others, not for us.
Pluto Jackson and his companions.
To the tower!
Okay. The Acrid Tower lies in the midst of the Badlands,
Plucky.
not several days' journey away from Jackson Keep. Traveling alongside fine steeds of your household, you travel to the tower, which is not far from a small Caspian village. As you approach the tower, in the late afternoon, the sun setting with a red sunset that Caspia is known for, the dusty red fields around you framing this strange tower. The area that you are in, this part of Caspia, is actually known for its sulfurous geysers and several hot springs as well. There's volcanic activity and several different mineral deposits around in this region of Caspia. And so that smell that is kind of like rotten eggs and sulfur hangs in the air, and occasionally it's a more fresh smell like salt water, but that dominates the air around here. And as you approach this thin tower in the distance that looks like it has been recently repaired, there are several lights illuminated from within, and a single doorway leading into the tower. You notice that there is a sign hanging off of the tower, because the tower itself is only a few minutes walk from this smaller village. Many of the folks that were living there were able to point you in its direction, and some remark about how they just call it the Healer's Tower. And as you travel up towards it, you see that the sign depicts a vial and several herbs being mixed together in a cauldron, and the sign just reads, "Sackoff and Anders, cure for all ailments, make you better than you ever were, good prices, reliable service."
I mean, that's obviously bait, but for Caspian royalty, I'm sure they're catching a lot of fish. No offense.
I wasn't listening.
I know. What do you want to do, sir?
Well, we will march in. We will confiscate their supply. We will demand to know the ingredients, and we will ask them to leave at once.
So kicking in the front door it is.
We should
Yeah.
probably verify that this is where they're actually getting it. So we may want to even come in the guise of wanting to purchase it.
Ah, yes.
Gain some trust.
That's why you're here.
We should be cream inspectors.
I'm sorry. What?
Cream?
Cream inspectors. We're here to inspect the cream. The American cream.
You think anybody would fall for that?
Yeah, it's genius.
Okay, you're in charge.
I approach the door.
Okay. You approach the door.
I knock.
You knock on the door, and it opens inward with a creak, revealing inside a small alchemist's shop. There are several shelves that are lined with various vials of a variety of colors hues, some of which are glowing and some of which contain clear liquids, solid liquids, and others of other description. Several vials stand out to you because there is what looks like to be a snake in a bottle of oil in several of them. And then there is a single desk with a ledger upon it, and there are various pouches and other sort of rare herbs known for their healing properties. Most of your first scan, especially Galatea, these are all the sorts of things that commoners get fleeced by. Things that are not actually magical, but because the common folk don't know what magic is and what's not, it's really easy for someone to have Eye of Newt and frog legs and various things that look magical but have no actual magical properties and pass that off. Everybody knows that frogs and newts aren't, Frogamoth or a fire newt, that could make something, but your mundane animals, you're not going to make any potions out of their parts.
Galatea, are you looking around? There's so much magic in here. This is insane. This is the most magic shop I've ever been in.
Maybe to your mundane eye, yes, but
Excuse me?
there's actually not much
There's no
magical
mud in
going
my
on
eye.
here.
This is fine. I can see everything so clearly.
Prince
Look
Jackson.
at that. That looks magical. And that looks magical.
This is a jar of peanut butter. How much did you...
Peanut butter is magical. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they get that. I don't know how they get so many peanuts in the jar. It's beyond my comprehension.
As you enter, scanning around the room,
Peanuts.
there is a ladder that leads up to the upper floors, and you do detect that there is a trapdoor leading down to a cellar. As you look about the room, there is only one occupant here. A small person, perhaps either a teen or a halfling, or a very tall halfling, is sweeping the room. They're clad only in a burlap potato sack with a belt around them, and their hood is drawn up so you cannot see their face. And they appear to be wearing some heavy leather boots and leather gloves. And the child or the halfling or you can't quite tell. They're just not as tall as a human. They have a straw broom, and they're sweeping, and they say, "Let me know if you want to buy anything."
You vagrant boy.
Name's Potato Boy, sir.
Potato boy. That's easier.
I was going to call him Potato Boy, and I didn't think I'd be right.
Your name precedes you. Listen, are you the owner of this establishment? You look much too young to own anything.
Sackoff
You don't even own clothes.
Sackoff and Anders are working. I just mind the tills. I mind the tills and sweep the floors.
Well, we are cream inspectors from the land of Caspia. Well, we're in Caspia from the house Jackson.
Many nice creams for you, sir. Pick out your favorite and I'll sell it to you.
We don't want to sell anything. We're here to inspect it. I need you to get your managers up here pronto.
Inspect as much as you like. Inspect as much as you like. Bosses are busy.
Well, we are interested in a particular cream that we've heard may increase the muscle mass of my friend over here. I was wondering if you have anything in particular along those lines.
There is a strange moment as Potato Boy stops moving and holds still for a moment. And almost with a different voice says, "Who's asking?"
You stand in the presence of Prince Pluto Jackson from House Jackson, and he is looking to acquire cream to inspect, because he's a certified cream inspector, to make sure it is of good quality so that he may win the King's Moot.
Potato Boy turns, and the hand raises up, and as Potato Boy's hand lifts off the broom, and the sleeve of Potato Boy's arm drops down, and you can see that the glove is into an arm that looks like it is made of wood. And as Potato Boy pulls back their hood, you see that their face appears to be filled with, their head appears to be carved from wood or filled with straw, with a strange mask that has been carved and almost stained with what might be blood. And the mask turns to you and says, "Are you buying?"
Show him the cream.
And I bring it out and I say, we are interested in potentially purchasing something like this, but we would like to understand if it's going to do what we need it to do.
None of you are fazed by the fact that this boy is made of wood and straw.
I've seen many strange things in the academy.
Oh, that's what he's made of.
Quite phased.
I thought
But
he's just a vagrant boy. Sometimes vagrant boys look like that.
I'm not going to ask questions. Okay, fair enough.
Galatea, you can tell almost immediately that this creature, would not be accurate to call it a child, is a puppet, a construct of some kind, controlled by something or someone that is able to speak through it. And as the puppet speaks, it says, well, it drops the broom. It says, "Come on down and see for yourself." And the puppet opens the cellar doors and gestures for you to enter.
Prince Jackson, do you wish to listen to the straw and wood boy and go into the basement? Is that our plan?
Yes, I plan on meeting these creators, discovering the contents of the cream, and deciding for myself if it is worth rubbing on my face.
Well, and hopefully now that they know who you are, they'll be a little bit more hospitable than just to give us Potato Boy, and maybe we can talk to the creators of this.
Yes. Okay, and I get on the ladder and I climb down.
Okay. The cellar actually that opens up is a spiral staircase.
Oh. Even more appropriate. I walk down the staircase.
I follow. I thank Potato Boy as I pass.
And I am in the rear.
Okay. No sooner have you went down the steps than you hear the cellar door slam behind you and the sound of chains and a click.
Ooh!
Oh, good. Security's of utmost importance. This must be a very secret recipe.
Is this how they treat every customer that just comes asking questions? I mean, haven't they been selling this stuff? Anyway, it appears as if we've been locked in.
No matter. They're locked in with us.
No, we're locked in.
Okay.
What was that voice?
we may be locked in, but
I think I breathe in something. You guys feel this little stuffy down here?
Yes.
Gemini, do not worry. They may lock us in, but we have many ways of getting out.
I continue walking down the stairs.
Okay. You head down the stairs into the cellar. It seems that possibly recent activity, the cellar room down here, several of the walls are partially dismantled, as if someone has recently been trying to knock out the walls that might have separated the cellar into several different rooms so that it can be a wider workspace. So it is filled with rubble and debris. And a long hallway leads down towards a set of iron-bound doors at the far end of the hallway. So you all enter from right up over here. As you do, you hear a low groan. Coming from the distance.
That wasn't
The
me.
hallways here are dark and unilluminated, save for whatever light you've brought with you.
I turn on a drift globe.
Yay!
That is the coolest thing I've ever seen. Can I have it?
No. This is my drift globe.
What? That's so bad.
It was made for me by a very powerful mage of the Amethyst Academy.
Yeah, it just makes
Good
it
friend of mine.
Wow. Okay, well,
We're friends in the academy.
Yes, I've dabbled, being a bard, I've, had negotiations with the academy. I'm not academy trained, but I did go to school for a little bit there after my college days at Lento College, just to make sure that I was following the guidance and guidelines. So Eldrick Runeweaver gifted me this drift globe.
Oh my.
It's,
Very impressive.
thank you.
We shall have to show each other our diaries to see if any of our friend lists match up after.
Perhaps over tea.
Yes, quite.
you done?
I think we just became good friends. Quite excited to have made a friend out of the Caspian household I've been assigned to. It's rather nice to meet somebody of intelligence, and
Well,
I feel like there was this moment where our two characters just realized that we actually are that we've been dealing with the Jacksons for so long that we actually haven't paid attention to the fact that we probably could be best friends.
Yeah. Did we just become best friends?
Did we just forget?
Yep.
Yep. Sorry.
well,
Drip glove.
well, come on.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start walking down. Hello. We're here to talk to the creators of the Miracle Cream.
Okay.
I would stand.
Pluto
back.
Jackson, roll me a d6.
Hello. 2.
Okay. As you step along the hallway, you step forward and suddenly you feel the floor before you give way as it crashes open to a pool of acid. As the door opens, revealing the trap. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
I whip out my quill.
Got a 21.
Oh.
Okay. You heroically leap forward from the open pool of acid, jumping forward, and as you do,
I'm picturing I don't know. I'm picturing that it's not even heroic. You're just like, oh, and you
I
just
stumble
stumble,
yeah.
and keep hello, and we just see it
And as you do,
This place is in disrepair.
you hear a voice say, "We don't need any more highfalutin princes asking about our business. You are not welcome here, Prince Jackson." And in that moment, you see several shapes clank out of the darkness. 3 plate-armored figures step out. And for a moment, they look not terribly different from the plate-armored warriors of a Caspian house. But then you see the disturbing features. First, they each carry a pair of blades, but these scything talons have actually replaced their forelimbs with articulated blades, their hands and forearms completely removed. They wear metal helmets that are smooth and featureless, save for a single ocular lens that glows with octarine light, some of which, and then the helmet exposes their mouths. You see their emaciated jaws and their rotting teeth, sharpened like fangs, their disgusting tongues drooling out an ichor. It is then that you realize that the plate armor is not worn by them, but riveted to their bodies. That these creatures are those of metal fused to flesh and bolted into bone. The few points that you can see that reveal their skin underneath, you can see the weeping infected scar tissue where their body fights against the metal that has been built into their bodies. Almost with a clockwork precision, however, the creatures begin moving forward, dragging their blades along the stone of the floor with that sharp grinding sound as they move to attack. Roll for initiative.
Woohoo! These aren't frightening at all.
Oh,
Galatea?
20.
Ooh.
21.
Whew. Okay.
10.
10? Okay.
Good job. Did it.
Alrighty,
I get
well-
to play eventually.
Gemini, you were able to quickly size up this situation, Gemini and Galatea, and both you know these things are here to fight. Yeah, what do you do?
Have they stepped out yet?
They're just starting to, so I'll say that this one has kind of stepped forward here, and the other ones are here and here.
All right.
Hello?
I'm going to move up. You know, putting my back against a pool of acid with creatures approaching doesn't seem like the best idea. So I move up and I scrawl something in my journal, and the words begin to glow as I point my quill towards the one creature that has stepped out. And I say, "Ain't no cream down here gonna help with this burn." And I cast heat metal.
Okay.
Oh.
As the metal sears, you can smell the sizzling of its flesh cooking under it. But it doesn't even flinch, as if something about its nervous system has been disconnected and it cannot feel pain.
That's gonna be 8 fire damage.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna step back a bit.
Alrighty. Galatea, we're over to you.
I'm going to step to the side.
Okay.
Because yes, also acid, no thank you. Have my familiar fly up a little bit. I'm going to activate my blade song as my bonus action to be ready to take on these metallic figures. And I say, well, why don't we slow this down a little bit? And I cast slow on them.
Okay. What's the DC?
It is a wisdom saving throw 16.
Okay. The one that is under heat metal, it fails its saving throw, but the other two actually succeed.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that one then, it is speed is halved, takes -2 AC, and -2 to dexterity throws, and it can't use reactions.
Yeah.
And only action or bonus action.
As you weave the power of the spell, something about these creatures, no, you would expect their will to be weak, but it's almost as if whatever is controlling them has replaced their will entirely, making it difficult to impose yours upon them.
These are merely puppets. We should be cautious as we move forward.
Okay. Now the turn for the Reautomata. The first one that has been affected by slow, its speed is halved, and it gets a movement, action, or nothing.
I think
basically.
it gets half speed, and then it gets either a action or a bonus action.
Okay.
Just, check. You can either use an action or a bonus action, not both, regardless. It can't take more than one melee or ranged attack during its turn if it does
Okay.
attack.
Alrighty. So, struggling under the magic of the spell, it strides forward half its speed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have a speed of 50 feet. And seeing as how it has nothing else, it will use its bonus action to use its aggressive bonus action, allowing it to move half of its speed right back up again. But that's consumed all of its actions. On the other hand, this one's going to step out. It's also going to use its aggressive bonus action. And as it steps out, you just see the bounding speed that this creature is capable of. And as it rushes forward, it launches itself into the air, bringing its scything blades up high above it as it reaches forward, and it actually sails right past Pluto and goes right for Galatea.
Oh!
As if in that split moment, even though it is a puppet, it was able to assess the situation, and it saw the plate armored fighter in the front and the squishy spellcasters in the back, and it had the tactical assessment to know ignore the fighter in the front.
Does Sentinel do anything?
In this specific case,
Does he jump over me? Does
he leaps forward.
Can I get an attack on him?
He leaps forward without provoking opportunity attacks.
Bummer. Okay.
Yeah. Right. And so
He's fast.
he is fast. So he's gonna go for the multi-attack. He makes 2 arm blade attacks, getting a natural 1. And a 4. So the 2 blades rise up, and Galatea, you just step right back, avoiding both the blows. And because I have not hit with both my attacks, I don't get my 3rd attack. So the other one is going to come right out as well, and almost at the same time goes right for Gemini, making a pair of attacks.
Hello?
This is going to be a little bit better. I get a 22 and a 24 to hit.
No. I'm gonna cast shield, but so as I see the thing leap into the air, I cast shield. The first attack bounces off the shield. The second one though
Just
makes
penetrates
it through.
right through, and the scything blade rips into your body, and you take 15 points of slashing damage, and then you feel the creature begin to lift you off the ground. Give me a strength saving throw.
Oh no. 7.
It lifts you up, and it throws you into the acid pool.
No!
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, these are my nice clothes. 6.
You land in the acid. So you're gonna take you're gonna take 14 points of acid damage. It's not a deep pool of acid. It's only like it's enough that you can stand up in it. But you land. You take 14 points of acid damage, and you are prone in the acid, and you will be burning for acid damage until you get out of there and clean yourself off.
Great.
Alrighty, coming to get you. Now we go to Pluto.
Hello? Is anyone here? Realizing the intensity of the situation, I am going to attack this creature in front of me.
Okay.
With my big old long sword. Get out of here. Let's just see if I can.
Now it has an AC penalty because of slow.
It does. -2.
Okay.
Does a... So I got a 25 to hit.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, and I'm gonna try to trip him. So strength save DC 17.
I get a 22.
Oh my god. Well, that was embarrassing. It's embarrassing for me. He's gonna take 17 damage.
Okay.
He's not tripped. I'm gonna try to attack him again.
I also need 2 concentration checks for heat metal.
Right. 16.
Okay.
6.
Okay, so heat metal's gone.
Does a 18 hit
It does.
with the disadvantage, or the?
Actually, no. It would have hit even with without slow.
Okay, and then I'm gonna do kablamo. It's gonna take 16 damage,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna try to push him.
Alrighty. I have to make a what save?
It's the Shieldmaster shove.
Oh, so it's opposed to athletics?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
Oh yeah, baby. I get a 28.
I got a 14.
So I'm gonna push him back 5 feet, and then I'm gonna turn and jump over to engage the other Reautomata.
This one or
Yeah.
this one?
The one that's on his own.
Okay.
So I'm gonna kind of base myself with him.
Alrighty. Sounds good.
That's my turn.
Gemini, you are in a pool of acid.
Yep.
So you take 10 acid damage.
Sure do. Am I still based with this guy?
Effectively, yes.
Okay. And I have to use my action to wipe off the acid.
Yes, which you'll need to do after you get out of the pool.
All right. I'm going to stand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going...
Stand up in the acid.
I'm going to attack it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Nice.
15 to hit.
That is a miss. As you swing into attack it, it deflects the blow with one of its scything blades.
Going to make a second attack. 17.
Also a miss, deflected from its armor.
And then I'm going to get out of there.
Okay. That will provoke an opportunity attack.
It won't because I have mobile.
Nice. Okay. That's good by me. So you're still burning with acid.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I needed to get out of there.
Alrighty. Sounds good to me. Galatea.
I am going to attack the one in front of me once with a booming blade.
Okay.
And then, so I'll do that. Ugh, 14 to hit.
Ooh,
with the booming blade.
it blocks the blow.
A regular. That is 21 to hit.
The second one does penetrate its defenses.
Nice.
These things fight like perfect machines. Although they have the appearance of zombies underneath, like armored zombies, there's something about them that is too precise, that is too machine-like about the way that they fight and move.
That is 11 damage.
Okay, spreading all that damage out then, I see.
No, I guess with booming blade, because I didn't hit, the movement doesn't affect it.
No.
Okay. And then I am going to use... I have mobile as well.
Okay.
So I'm going to run... can I get by it? I guess not. Can I attempt to jump over here?
Yeah,
and
give me an
run?
athletics or acrobatics check.
17.
Okay, you jump across over here, and you
Yeah.
where do you want to go?
I just want to run further down the hall.
How much further?
I
down
can
the-
go 45 feet.
2, 3. Okay, so 1, 2.
Get out of there.
Yeah.
Is that where she is?
That would have been just 30 feet, so you could go another.
Another 15.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Looks good to me. Well, the Reautomata. Seeing you turn to bolt, this Reautomata is going to, assessing the situation, these two Reautomata, they almost look at one another, and there's like a nod between them, and this one goes right for Gemini, and this one turns and pursues Galatea.
No!
And so, the one,
That's the slowed one.
that one is the slowed one, so it can only make. Do you get a saving throw to get out of slow?
Let me see.
I think I fail. So
At the end of its turn.
Makes a wisdom
yeah.
throw at the end of the
okay,
turn,
so it's still affected by slow, but it still gets one attack against you, Galatea, and it gets a 21 to hit.
Shield.
Okay, gonna block it with shield.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 2 attacks against Gemini. I get a natural 1 and a 21.
The 21 hits.
Okay, it's going to be 13 points of slashing damage, and I need another strength save.
Oh no.
19.
You are not picked up and thrown into the acid again. Okay, and Pluto, I get 2 attacks on you. I get a 13 and a 20.
The 20 hits.
20 hits for 13 slashing damage.
Ow.
And once again, the arm blade punches into your body, and it tries to force you into the acid pool. Give me a strength save.
Hey, none of that. I get a 29.
Flying colors. It tries to move you, but it can't.
I'm stronger without the cream.
With that, we go to your turn, Pluto.
And then I'm going to... Oh, we're going to do that game, are we? And I'm going to attack him
Okay.
with my sword. I'm going to use precision strike to make a 15, a 16.
Still not getting through. Still not getting through.
Got this, Pluto.
Do I though?
You got this.
I try again.
Okay.
18 to hit.
That does crash through the plate armor.
And then I'm going to try to trip him. So DC 17 strength check.
I succeed.
Oh, bummer. Okay, still going to take some damage. 13 damage.
Okay, I don't think that this one has been damaged at all yet.
No.
Okay.
And then
So all of them have been damaged, but...
I want to try to shove him into the...
Okay, opposed strength?
Yeah. Athletics, right?
Yep.
I get a 20... a 28.
All right, you push him over into the pool.
And then I want to action surge and leap over the pool.
Okay.
And I'm going to crash my blade down onto the Reautomata that's fading Gemini.
Okay. So the one that got moved into the acid pool, it's going to take 10 points of acid damage, and it's burning.
Here comes your savior!
Okay.
I get a 24 to hit,
Okay.
and I'm also going to DC 17 strength check.
I get a 15.
He falls on the ground.
Are you pushing him or
I'm tripping him.
knocking him prone?
And so he's going to take... Whoa, yeah. Awful rolls. 13 more damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attack him on the ground. I crit him.
Nice!
And so that's going to be... Ha-ha! 21 damage.
Okay.
So I'm standing over him and I'm stabbing him. We're looking for the guys who made the cream!
As you kick him onto the ground and you start stabbing and bashing him, pieces of the armor fly off and a piece of the helmet gets cracked and broken, and the face of the figure underneath is revealed, and it looks like it is Raynor of House Raynor, and their face has been mutilated. They've been shaved under this. Something about their eyes are just milk white, and it just snarls back at you.
What did they do to you? You're feral.
Okay, with that, we go to the top of the round with Gemini.
I'm gonna use my action to wipe the acid off.
Good call. Good call. Yeah, you do take acid damage at the start of your turn. It is going to be 10 acid damage.
Yeah, you don't want to be acid anymore.
No. So with Pluto Jackson coming in to save me, I spend my turn wiping the acid off. And I think that's all I can do.
If you feel so inspired.
I mean, last time I inspired you, you shrugged it off.
I
I
killed it.
inspire Galatea.
Oh,
Nice.
thank you.
I yelled to
Away.
Galatea, I'm like, Galatea, that one's looking pretty weak. I'm sure you can handle it.
It is the most damaged one.
Yeah.
The one in front of me?
The one in front of you and the one the prone are the two that have suffered the most damage. Although the one that's now in the pool of acid is going to start taking a lot more.
And I say, of course I can. Good of you to notice. And I continue.
So that can be used for any ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
It is your turn, Galatea.
Okay. I am going to Booming Blade this one. And sorry, I can use it for... Oh, and I'm going to whistle to my familiar to get over here.
And help you?
I have like a series of whistles that I do. I don't even have to say words to it. And it's going to help me. So I am going to do that. And then...
That would be to add to this roll if you wanted to make sure it hits. But that's up to you. Either an attack roll.
Do you have to use inspiration before or after the roll? That's something I forget.
I believe you can use it after.
Then I will just go with the advantage for now. Oh, well then, crit and a 19. So.
Yeah.
Nice! Both attacks hit.
Well, that was the advantage from that, so I'll do another one. But the advantage had a 19 and a 20.
Okay,
So that was great.
well,
so it
this is crit with Booming Blade.
crit
Nice.
with yes.
Correct.
Correct. Okay, so Booming Blade, so that will be
Galatea's lost for words.
I'm just trying to figure out.
She's focused on combat. Right
She's
now.
she's whistling Her mouth is full of whistles. I actually imagine you had one of those like metal whistles that you see on like ships, and so you just like put it in your mouth, and then like that's what calls
30 damage
Ooh.
on that.
Nice.
Ooh.
It is heavily damaged, bloodied, but the blood that is coming out of it is more of like this ichor or this fluid inside it.
I am going to use the inspo on the next one because that's just a regular rapier attack. So that is 21 to hit.
Also a hit.
Nice.
And that one
Much
is
more.
just... so that is 11 more damage.
Okay.
And then I am going to run 45 feet this way, taunting it, like spinning out of the way as I go. And I say, follow me, you.
Are you okay being back near the acid pool?
It's standing dramatically in front of the
I'll
acid
say I'll
pool.
go right here. Yeah.
Right there? Okay.
And I actually want it to follow me.
Okay.
So, and then I guess my familiar follows me too.
Alrighty. Well, the Reautomata, this first one is going to get out of the pool.
Smart.
It does take acid damage, though. Ooh, 12 acid damage. Okay.
Burning.
Despite the fact that it's burning in the acid, it's going to go to flank Pluto.
Hello.
Well, the other one also is going to flank Pluto.
Aha.
Gonna stand up from prone, and this one's going to continue chasing Galatea.
So it takes from Booming Blade because it moved 2d8 or 9 more damage.
Okay. It is still kicking on. It is going to attack you, Galatea, getting a 19 to hit.
I am going to use shield again.
Okay. All right. Hope you're going to have enough shields to last you.
We'll be okay.
Okay. And then Pluto, you're going
Hello.
to get attacked 4 times, bud.
Okay, I want to... The only thing I want to know is if the other one that was just on the ground, if he misses, I'm going to try to riposte. But otherwise, I accept.
Okay. So one misses you both times, but the other gets a 22 and a 27.
Both of those hit.
Okay, it hits you twice.
Uh-oh.
Okay, and so each hit is going to do 26 damage total for the 2 hits.
Ow! Ow!
And then it's going to use its entrapping rend on you.
Which is...
Okay, so when it hits with both of its attacks, it has the ability to make an entrapping rend. What this does is it makes a 3rd attack against you with advantage.
Uh-oh.
And actually, I do need a strength saving throw first for the first 2 attacks.
I get a 21.
Okay. So it makes its next attack against you, which it gets a 26 to hit.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
going to be another 23 damage.
Ow!
And basically the blades crash into your body at this point, and it grapples you and it pulls you in close, and you are restrained by the Reautomata. And what it's going to do is, because this is the one that is already burning from acid,
Uh-oh. He's gonna... Oh, no.
he just goes in the pool with you.
Hey!
So basically, imagine he jumps out of the pool, pulls you in, and just pulls you back down. So you
Oh,
take 10
God.
points of acid damage.
Oh. I'm really dying.
Are you dying?
I'm really close to dying.
Okay, are you at 0?
No.
Okay.
But I'm really close to 0.
Okay.
Like, I was at, like, full HP before
Yeah.
he attacked me. He did, like, 70 damage to me. Ow.
Alrighty. But yeah, he burns regardless. So now we go to Pluto. It is your turn.
I am restrained.
And you take 10 acid damage.
Ow. Okay, so... Restrained is...
You can't... You're grappled. And you're restrained, so you can escape the grapple and being restrained.
And this is my action to try to get out of the restrainedness?
Yeah, it's an opposed athletics check.
Okay, I'm going to try. I try to get out of it. I get a 22.
I get a 15, so you win. So you break out of its grip. Basically, you have to like reach down and pull the blades out of your body and pull yourself out.
I'm going to second wind
Okay.
as my bonus action, and then I'm going to try to get out of the acid pit.
Where do you want to end up?
I'm going to try to get up beside Gemini.
Okay.
Ow! Oh, God. He got me! He got me, friends.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I saw it.
Anything else, Pluto?
No, that is my... Ow! I'm burning. And I'm also acided right now,
Yes,
right?
you are
Yeah.
coated in
Covered
acid. Yeah.
This is great.
All right, Gemini, we're over to you, bud.
All right. Again, pulling out my journal and quill, I begin scrawling words, and I'm going to cast Shatter right there.
On those two. Okay.
On those two.
Con saves from both of them.
Con saves, yeah.
I get the highest is a 15.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, blow them up.
If they're made of metal, they have disadvantage, which doesn't
Oh.
matter.
Okay.
I mean, they both failed anyway. but-
Yeah.
13 damage to both of them.
Okay. And both of them are and one of them is burning, but the other's not. Okay.
I was
Oh,
hoping that would take one of them out. But
Close, you're close.
Okay. They're all heavily damaged, but none of them have been destroyed. You've done enough damage that you could have killed two of them by now, but
it's hard when they are also splitting up and
Yeah.
attacking us individually.
Yeah. Okay. Galatea.
Okay, so I'm gonna use my action to attack, and so I can cast a cantrip.
Mm-hmm.
Can I cast Mage Hand as the cantrip and wipe off the acid off of Pluto?
No.
Because I have to use
You have to
it
spend
next.
an action.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to Booming Blade
Okay.
the guy in front of me.
Thanks for trying.
I was like, maybe I can multitask, but no. Okay, and help from my familiar. Oh, that was not good either way. 16.
With the slow still in place on this one, that does hit.
Oh!
Yay!
Okay.
Would have missed otherwise.
Captain Knife Hands over here. Just,
Weapons.
Wait, which one's Captain Knife?
one of them's the captain. There's a lieutenant and a
So,
general. I don't know the rank.
14 damage.
He is destroyed!
Ah! Okay, then I'm going to move towards the one in the acid pit.
Yeah.
And get that one.
Okay.
Stab him.
No, that's a...
I'll give you advantage against that one because you're attacking from the high ground.
Oh, okay. 24 to hit.
It's a hit.
Yeah.
Just the regular. Oh, okay. 12 damage.
Okay, not enough to destroy it, but they are all heavily damaged at this point.
And then I am going to take a step back from that one.
Okay.
And using mobile, I do not.
Alrighty. Well, it's on its turn. It's going to pursue you, Galatea. It's going to come out after you. It takes the burning damage. Oh, okay. Ouch. Takes 16 from that, but it's still kicking.
Kill it. Die from acid.
And it's going to make 2 attacks against you, Galatea. Getting a 26 and a 10 to hit.
The 26 hits.
Alrighty, it's going to be 13 slashing damage, and it's going to try to push you and knock you prone. Give me a strength save.
8.
8. Okay, so you get pushed back and knocked prone, and then it's going to aggressively run up to you. And then
Everything they do is aggressive.
everything they do is they're pure aggression. They're pure aggression. This one is going to do. Pluto, you're the most wounded, yeah?
Well, I mean, actually, like from a lost hit points perspective, yes, but I have more hit points than Gemini by like a little. We're basically equally dying.
Okay. Then
So it's his choice.
Gemini.
Who does he hate more?
I think he.
You want to fight this? You want to punch this smug face in the face?
I'm just a cute tiefling.
He's gonna go for Pluto.
Yeah, bring it on.
Adorable
Getting a
tiefling.
16 and a 22 to hit.
Oh, the 22 definitely hits.
Okay. The 22 is gonna be 13 slashing damage, and I need
Ow.
a strength save, buddy.
Ow. I get a 21.
Okay, you do not end up back in the acid.
But then I repost him
Okay.
because he missed, and I get an 18 to hit,
Okay.
and he's gonna take 19 damage.
Okay. Looking good. Looking good.
Die.
But they're not dead.
Die.
It is your turn, though, now.
And then I take 10. How much acid damage do I take? This is very important.
You take 8.
It's very important how much acid damage I take.
Why? How many hit points did you have?
Now I had 10. And I was averaging 10, so I was like, this is
Yeah.
really important. And then I come at him with my big old sword.
Okay.
Die! I get a 15.
It's a miss.
Come on,
It's a
come on.
miss, man.
Oh yeah, 22.
All right.
Let's see if it does it. 12 damage.
Did
Really
you have
wounded.
a Post roll.
Oh no, I've already done repost and everything.
Really wounded. Not destroyed.
Ah,
Yep.
And then, can I position myself to try to shove him in the pit of acid?
Sure.
Bonus action, shove. I get a 24 on my athletics check.
I get a 23.
Yeah.
Boof. All right, that puts him in the acid. Okay. This is enough acid damage to destroy the Reautomata.
yeah.
However, Reautomata have a feature called Relentless Endurance. If damage reduces to 0, unless the damage was from a crit, they get to make a con save to drop to 1 hit point instead.
That's okay. If he's one hit point in
So
a
the
pool of
DC
acid.
is 5 plus he took 10 damage, so it was a DC of a DC 15, and I get a 15. So he's still alive at 1 hit point
Can I
But in the acid, though,
in the acid.
I think we're fine.
silvery barbs that?
No, like he's
in
gonna
the
wake
acid-
up
he's in
in
the
acid.
acid anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Gemini, it's your turn, bud.
I mean, just let him
I
melt.
should probably stop using this.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, even though the acid is dissolving it, and like bits of the armor are corroding, like there's enough of the machinery and the construct nature that, despite that, it's still fighting on.
It's like a Terminator.
Yeah.
It's like, die!
Might have been a little inspiration from that. Yeah.
Stop coming at me.
I run around the acid pool, seeing this guy still alive but burning in acid. I assume Pluto has it with his 2 hit
I'm
points.
gonna die in my next turn.
That's fine.
Are you still running?
Oh yeah,
Oh, great.
yeah.
And I'm going to attack the final. Well, I know the other one's up, but he doesn't count. The final Reautomata.
Go for it.
Kill it.
So I'm going to get a 25.
It's a hit. Roll the
And-
damage,
Oh, okay.
because it's very relevant right now.
Yeah, that's going to be 9.
It's enough to destroy it, but does the Relentless Endurance kick in? No, it doesn't. I needed a DC 14 to not die, and I got a 13.
Well, in that case, I'm going to run back to the edge of the pool
Yeah.
and take my second attack. Critting.
Yeah.
So that destroys it, because a critical hit bypasses the... Yeah. So you basically come with the last hit right in its head, and just whatever machinery was in there just short circuits, and it drops.
After cleaning all the acid off of me and like wringing out my clothes, checking for burn marks, I'm like, they burnt my jacket. And I pull out my long sword and I just run up. And Gemini has a ferocity that you've never seen in him up to this point. He's been a pretty quiet rider. But his clothes were damaged. And so he
That
murdered
set him
them.
off. That
Yeah.
set him off.
He murdered everybody because his jacket.
I'm so sorry. That was such a wonderful jacket.
I'll get it repaired. I have a personal tailor.
Okay.
Once we get back to Caspia, it's
With the
first on
Reautomata
list.
defeated, would you like to harvest anything from their bodies?
Oh.
Yes.
I'm ripping off one of their arms.
Do we want an animus? Do they have an animus?
They do, as constructs. Constructs have animus because they're animated machines. Right? So you could take an animus. Remember,
I only have one delirium.
so you might want to think about it carefully.
Yeah, no. I'll leave the
So you're going to take a Reautomata blade?
Animi?
Natural weapon.
Yeah.
Arm blade. What CR are they?
Reautomata are CR7.
Instead of using the animus, can I take something?
Yeah.
Yeah?
You Reautomata as constructs, they don't have blood, but they have what we call experimental ichor. And so you could take their experimental ichor. Obviously, they have they have bones, which are sort of metal reinforced bones. They have hide, but that's in the form of the armor plating. They also, of course, have their scything blades and their teeth. Their brains and eyes could also be taken if you wanted to, or the organs inside them.
I think I'll take the ichor.
The experimental ichor.
Ichor, yeah.
I think I would love to take also an arm blade
Okay, so 2 arm
as a
blades
souvenir.
and a vial of experimental ichor. Yes, it is basically. You can imagine that in these construct creatures, the fluids that animate their muscle structure, essentially, are processed and ferment over time. So the experimental ichor that goes into their bodies, in the initial, when they're initially created, kind of is refined over time as they're animated, as the fluid is actually used.
And I hold it up to the drift globe light to view it.
Nice.
This is very interesting for the
And yes, indeed, despite their appearances, they are constructs, not undead.
Cool minis.
Yeah. These ones, these were very awesome. Like, yeah, they're very much inspired. Like, the inspiration for these guys is very much a combination of like Terminator and a lot of like the cyborg super soldiers,
Invincible.
as well as the Reanimen from Invincible.
They're tough.
Yeah, that's the goal. Alrighty. Pair of iron-bound doors are at the end of this hallway. Would you like to take a short rest or recuperate, or what do you need to do between battle?
Sure.
I'm just gonna plop down beside my feet hanging over the edge of the pool of acid, and sort of looking at this new arm that I stole from the thing. It's been in me. Like, this arm has been inside me twice. And I'm just kind of like...
It's an intimate relationship.
Yeah, just sort of absorbing it.
I as I sit next to you, and I don't say anything, but I pull out my flute. First, I spit some acid out of it, like I blow in it and some acid.
Back into the pool.
And then I start playing the flute next to you, and I'm gonna play a Song of Rest.
Oh, what's that do?
So, Song of Rest. If you or any friendly creatures who can hear your performance regain hit points at the end of a short rest by spending 1 or more hit dice, each of those creatures regains an extra 1d8 hit points.
Oh.
So we all get an extra d8 on our hit
On
dice
your hit dice?
as I play a sorrowful flute tune.
Can you play the flute for us right now?
That will give me an extra.
Do 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 do.
I am going to use my arcane recovery to get back some spell slots, get all those first levels 1 and 2.
As you rest up, the chamber ahead of you beckons.
I put my flute away.
What are the chances that they have left that door unlocked?
I mean, honestly, it's probably, I would say high. They seem to be expecting us, and I'm going to say whoever is on the other side of that door might actually want to talk to us. Maybe not talk, but I don't know.
We might want to be cautious as going down this hole, just in case there are more acid pits that we want to avoid. Pluto, specifically speaking to you.
Fair. I want to use like a Can I use like one of the the parts of one of the Reautomata? I want to like scoop some acid and throw it on the door.
Okay.
What, this door?
Yeah.
I think we have to make it down the hallway first. We just said to watch out for traps, so you just march it on
Probably no traps.
What I could do is cast Mage Hand just to like pat the floor as we
It
go.
seems relatively safe. It seems like the main trap was the one here for the guardians to push people into.
Okay.
So Galatea and Gemini are having a discussion. We think Pluto's involved about watching out for traps, especially you, Pluto, and you've already like scooped some acid into and are walking on down the hallway.
Okay, Pluto, you scoop some acid and you throw it on the doorway, and the doors push open effortlessly.
Wait, Pluto!
Surprise!
Oh, we start.
You guys can move up. Yeah.
I do.
The
feel
doors
like we're
open
back.
into a massive pillared chamber. Here, the sulfurous flows of the hot springs have been harnessed into a massive chemical pool, and the entire room smells of burning acid and various chemical fluids. Despite this, there is a single pool of clean water, like a well, opposite it as well. There are all manner of storage containers, tanks, vials, fluids, making an alchemical laboratory in this chamber where there is a bubbling cauldron where you can see a lithe woman with thick goggles, a surgeon's mask, an apron with all sorts of various alchemical implements, and she is filling syringes and vials and jars with the fluid in her cauldron, the solution that she's been making. Beside her is an 8-foot-tall monstrosity. It is filled with it has ripcord muscles and 4 limbs. And it also wears an apron and a mask. But the ends of its 4 limbs have each been replaced with massive syringes from its mechanical limbs. An array of tanks, canisters, and hoses are connected to its body that it hauls on its back, with one of the hoses with all of them connecting into the mask that it wears over its insane face. Each of the syringes fills up with various fluids as it's sort of helping the apothecary sort of adjust. Like, it'll draw out some of the fluid from the cauldron, draw out some of the fluid from the alchemical pool, draw out some of the water, and it's like it's mixing things in its own body and then injecting it back into the various tanks and fluids. And as you enter into the room, she says, "Greetings, Prince Jackson. I am Dr. Sackoff, and you will be one of my finest test subjects yet." And she produces one of the vials. "This is my latest creation, the product of so much work. Interested in testing it out?"
Actually, mildly, but I just saw that you had done some awful, awful things to my cousin, Raynor, and I only assume, and I sort of haphazardly ripped his arm off.
"Oh, that was not me. That was my colleague, Dr. Anders. Once, if you prove to be an unsuitable test subject for my experiments, Anders will be sure to make sure that every part of your body is used in some productive manner."
Caspia has no place for you. This is not how we do things here. We get it done the normal way, where you eat a lot of food and you get up early and you run, and now it's sounding kind of exhausting. Yeah, I could see why people really want to take the shortcut, but that's not for us.
She says, "Very well then. If you will not be the test subject for my new experiment, if you will not test this yourself, then you will be the one that I test its power on. And she smashes the vial against herself.
Oh my
and,
gosh.
And in that moment, you just see her as she begins to massively mutate into a hulking, muscled figure, barely recognizable as what she once was.
Oh.
Roll for initiative.
Oh, man.
You guys are up here though, right? Now?
No.
Well, I mean,
Great.
yeah, I thought we were.
Pluto ran up and kicked open the door.
I threw acid on
Oh,
the
I thought we ran after him.
So, as she transforms into this massive mutated Hulk,
Uh-oh.
and then so she gets that for initiative, and I will just check. Galatea, what do you have?
11.
11 for Galatea,
21.
21 for Gemini, and Pluto.
7.
7 for Pluto. Okay. Gemini, you are, as you see Dr. Sackoff transform into this hulking creature with purple skin and picks up basically like whatever she can find to wield as a weapon with these massive meaty fists. You see her laboratory assistant, the Injector, begin to whir up and pump up the various fluids that it's preparing. So, Gemini, what are you going to do?
Gemini, holding his journal in one hand, touches the quill to the tip of his head, and his eyes begin to glow. And he says, is it Dr.
Sackoff.
Dr. Sackoff, your end has been written. And I'm going to cast Psychic Lance.
Okay.
So that's going to be an intelligence saving throw.
All right. I get a 16.
You need a 17.
Okay. Seems like Dr. Sackoff's intelligence and strength might have been flipped around.
That's good.
That's good for us.
That's good for us.
Okay.
Oh, wish that wasn't so many ones and twos, but here we are. 27 damage,
Okay.
and the target is incapacitated until the start of my next turn.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
That's
Darn.
huge.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Did I do anything for
Psychic.
their saving throws?
Let me just, if the named target is within range, it becomes the spell's target even if you can't see it. So I can actually target her because I know her name.
Okay.
The target must make an intelligence saving throw. On a failed save, the target takes 7d6 psychic damage and is incapacitated until the start of your next turn.
Nice.
On a successful save, the creature takes half as much damage and isn't incapacitated.
Alrighty. Well, the Injector then, on its turn, seeing that Dr. Sackoff has been incapacitated, the Injector moves up to Dr. Sackoff, and you see two of the tanks drain, two of the syringes, they drain and the fluids in them shift as it holds its arms up, and the two fluids fill up, one with a blue liquid and one with a red liquid, and it turns the two injections and it pumps them both into Dr. Sackoff.
No.
First you see the psychic wounds that you inflicted are healed, and so it heals Dr. Sackoff, and then you see
All of it?
yeah.
Uh-oh.
And then
Uh-oh.
you see the other fluid, the blue fluid, as it pumps into Dr. Sackoff. Dr. Sackoff's skin turns into metal.
Uh-oh. Again, uh-oh.
All my hard work.
The Injector pulls the two fluids back out and then begins filling the tanks up again, this time with something far deadlier.
This isn't how I wrote it.
No, we will rewrite it.
When I said your end has been written, it didn't involve her getting healed.
Okay.
Negating the damage.
Galatea, it's your turn.
Oh, okay. I am going to, again, activate my Blade Song. Why not? And I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna cast Slow on both of them.
On both of them? Okay.
Nice.
What's the DC?
16 Wisdom.
I'm afraid they both succeed.
Darn it, okay. Yeah. Alright, it's okay.
Good try.
I got other wisdom. Alright, I attempt and I say, these two will not be slowed this time. Good luck, Pluto.
Oh god.
Alrighty. Sackoff is incapacitated, but Sackoff's speed isn't reduced to 0 by the psychic point.
It just can't take reactions or actions.
Can I get through the door?
So Sackoff just moves forward towards Pluto. Pluto, it's your turn.
I attack the hulking beast that's trying to break through the door with its metal armor.
Its skin was turned to metal by the inoculation. So the injector, it has several different tinctures and toxins that it can inject in both allies and enemies. So it used its inoculation injection, which grants resistance to all damage for 1 minute to whoever receives the injection. And the restorative fluid grants restores 10d6 hit points, or grants temporary hit points. So it healed Dr. Sackoff and granted Dr. Sackoff resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
Tactical notes. Kill the healer.
Yes.
I say to you because Pluto's too busy swinging his sword into the giant meaty beast, but
I heard that. I guess I could just run past it.
I mean, you do you. I'm not talking to you.
Goodbye. I can run past this horrible
Oh yeah, it
creature,
can't take reactions.
and I'm going to use my quick toss and throw my javelin at it.
Which one?
The injector.
At the injector.
Okay.
I throw my javelin. Hooah! I get a 18 to hit
That does hit.
for 9 damage.
Okay. As the javelin hits the injector in its body, it shakes and shudders. And in this moment, you realize if it took a really heavy hit, it might rupture one of its tanks.
Okay, I do that then. I try to throw I throw another javelin. Getting a 23 to hit
Does hit.
for, that's better. 13 damage.
Are you within 20 feet of it?
Probably.
Okay. The damage causes it to use its unstable tank reaction.
Hey.
So I'm gonna roll a d8, and one of its tanks randomly determined are going to explode.
I pierce it with a javelin.
Okay, so it sprays out its numbing solution.
Oh, good.
I need you to give me with the numbing solution. I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, it's like my least. I get a 13.
Fortunately, that's a failed save.
I'm gonna try. Let's just see if it works. Indomitable. I get an 11. I'm gonna use lucky. I get a 3.
Okay, you are dazed for 1 minute.
Minute?
Yes, this means that when you're dazed, you can't take reactions. You can't take bonus actions, and you can either make an action or a move on your turn, not both.
Oh,
and at the end of each of your turns, you can repeat the saving throw, ending the effect on a success.
I get sprayed by this awful mist.
Yeah, just leaves you feeling numb. With that, we go
can't feel my arms.
With that, we go to Gemini.
Okay. Does this thing look like it can fit through the door?
Yeah, I can get through the door.
Oh, that's
It crawls. It just gets on all fours.
okay. I'm gonna cast Shatter on the. Okay. Does this guy with all of his tanks and
I think so. Sure.
okay?
Yeah.
So he's gonna make the save with disadvantage.
Let's see how many you blow up in
Yeah. So he does fail.
Great. We're going to blow up all of his tanks all over Pluto.
Oh no.
Don't worry, I'm already numb. to
Unfortunately, it is a reaction for him to use the blow up tank, so it actually won't blow up any tanks.
everything. Oh, he wants it?
It is a he wants
He wants
it.
that to
It's just one of his reactions.
Oh
yeah.
man, that's so cool.
That's going to
I thought
be
it was-
16.
I thought it
Okay.
was like a like something that happened as like a consequence, but he's like, no.
And then I move back.
And the 16 actually wouldn't have even been enough to trigger it because it's got to be 20 damage.
Oh, that's all my second level spell
Yeah.
slots. Cool.
Okay. The Injector. Well, the Injector is going to walk up to Pluto.
Uh-oh.
And it's going to fill its tanks, its syringes, one with a bright green poison, and one with
Excuse
with a necrotic-looking dissolution fluid.
Uh-oh.
And it's going to come up to you and try to inject you with both.
Ah! Wait, so I still get reactions, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just not bonus actions, and
Yeah.
I can't move or... Okay.
So I get a 25 to hit you with the lethal injection.
Well, I'm lethally injected.
You are lethally injected. You take 35 poison damage.
Ow!
And then the other one is going to be induced necrosis. I get a 19 to hit.
Oh, God, I stopped it. Don't worry, I'm just lethally injected.
Hey, at least you don't have necrosis.
Yeah,
could have been worse.
Induced necrosis, it does necrotic damage, and it leaves you weakened for 1 minute.
I don't feel it. I don't feel anything. I've been numb for 6 seconds.
It's been numb my entire life.
Ow! 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 Why is everything stabbing me and injecting me?
Okay,
Trolls
Galatea,
just
it's your
hurt you.
turn.
Trolls just try to eat
Okay.
you.
And he's not incapacitated anymore, or is he incapacitated?
No, he won't be incapacitated
It's until the
the end of your next turn. I think it's just 1 turn.
start of your next turn.
Yeah.
I just had my turn,
Okay.
so yeah, it's
Okay.
not incapacitated.
Okay, so I am going to run up to it, and I just need to know how many feet that is.
That is 5, 10, 15,
Okay.
20.
20?
Okay. So just under half. I am going to attack using a firebolt on the syringe guy,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna take 1 slice at the big one.
All right.
So let's see. Oh, 21 to hit with the firebolt.
Yep, the fireball
Yeah,
hits.
nice.
Yay. Ooh. 10 fire damage.
Okay.
I don't know if any of those fluids are flammable.
Not any more vulnerable. Like all of them are.
Yeah.
The injector is not vulnerable to any specific damage types.
okay.
No.
And then, I will take my rapier shot against. That's coughed. Okay. 20 to hit.
That does hit against Sackoff.
5.
Nice. Well, every little bit helps.
Rapier. And then I'm gonna move back 25 feet.
Okay.
Oh, and I guess I could have taken one of those with my guy, but it's fine.
Oh yeah, you're
I
helper.
just forget my familiar.
Sackoff is going to use a trampling charge.
Oh no.
Against so charges forward.
What do we do?
And ends their movement on the other side of both of you. And so both of you get hit with slam attacks.
Oh.
So I get a 19 against Galatea and a 17 against Gemini.
I swiftly dodge out of the way and
I-
I smack it with my quill.
Gonna use shield.
Okay. So in which case, neither of you are hit by the slam attacks, so you're not knocked back and knocked prone. Just charges forward. Rah! Smash, 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 smash.
Is my
Whoa.
familiar dead?
Yeah. Okay. And Pluto, we're over to you.
I'm gonna try to attack this thing. I'm
Okay.
not gonna move. I'm just gonna attack him. Give him a big old whack on the face. I'm going to use Precision Strike to get a 17.
That does hit.
Oh,
Would
Yeah.
a 16 hit? Just out
A
of
16 does hit the injector. Yep.
Well, that's okay. I need more damage.
Yeah.
I need the damage. Oh no, he's gonna trigger his thing, isn't he? 20 damage
Total for the 2 attacks.
for 1 attack
Okay.
with the precision strike. Oh boy. And then I have to do it again. 18 to hit
Also hit.
for no wait. 19 damage.
Okay.
Bam. Bam.
So, one of the tanks blows up. And this actually turns out to be the restorative fluid tank. And so you regain 35 hit points. Just as healing solution flies everywhere.
I feel nothing. And I'm gonna see if I can be not dazed now.
Okay.
Cha-cha-cha! I got a 17.
You succeed.
You're doing it. You got healed. You're not dazed. The healing solution just made you feel so much better.
But it still tastes gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you've had it's
They
Buckley's.
made it in a basement.
You got hit in the mouth with Buckley's.
Yeah, pretty much.
Spray.
Pretty much. Okay.
It's Vicks Vapor Rub.
And now we go to Gemini.
All right. I'm just gonna. I feel like Pluto's got things over there. I'm gonna start.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm gonna start attacking this creature. So I'm going to swing at it with my longsword, getting an 18 to hit,
To hit.
and I'm going to use a blade flourish. What blade flourish am I going to use? Probably my defensive flourish makes the most sense. All right, and that's going to be 18 damage.
Okay, which is halved because of the resistance from the injector's injection.
Oh, good. But my AC goes up by 8,
Nice.
which is kind of cool.
Nice.
And then I'm going to attack it again for 15.
That, I believe, it does hit. Yes. Yes.
Nice.
For 16 more damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to back up. And yeah, I have good AC now.
Great.
Alrighty, so we're actually back over to. Did I miss your turn?
Do I go first?
I go after him.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I have
goes
the
way
injector
first.
now. Okay, so no, I'm right.
And then
Yeah, yeah. All right. So the injector has its next turn. So I can't use the same injection 2 turns in a row.
Woo!
Necrosis. So no more necrosis.
Just heal me again.
I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to inject you with another mind dampener.
Oh. Joke's on you.
Yeah.
you bomb.
Yeah.
He hasn't dampened it yet.
Nice.
Yeah. So we're gonna go for the mind dampener, which gets a 25 to hit.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be 14 psychic damage, and I need an intelligence saving throw.
Can I just fail it? Can I willingly fail it? I got a 15.
You fail. And you are
so proud of that.
So this is actually not probably going to be a problem for you though. This condition, this condition is bewildered. You can't cast spells except for a cantrip with a casting time of 1 action.
I've been bewildered my entire life, but still, I didn't like getting stabbed.
Yeah. And then the other one that we'll use against you will just be its regular needle, which actually crits. But this is what it does when it doesn't, like, it's basically hitting you with the empty needle now because you already blew up the.
That's so scary.
Yeah.
What you can do with an empty needle?
A lot apparently because it crits you for 20 damage.
Ow! It still hurts. What's a really sore place to get a needle?
The eye.
Yeah.
Did you just get a 7-foot needle to the
It
eye?
gets it right, like it catches here and it like
Just.
ah! It, like scrapes all the skin off, and it's like just
Oh, that's
misses
gross.
my eye.
Don't let it lobotomize.
Galatea, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Summon Elemental because I think we need a little bit of firepower on this side. And
Where? Here?
yeah, you got it. And he's gonna try to hug. And he's made of metal. I don't know if that.
It doesn't in this case.
No? Okay.
Yeah.
But
But 2 attacks.
2 attacks. 19 to hit,
A hit.
and then 15 to hit.
Both hit.
10 damage on the first, and 18 damage on the second.
Okay. That leaves Sackoff bloodied.
He just wants a warm hug. That's all he wants.
Don't we all?
And I take a few steps back, but never turning my back on.
Okay. Sackoff is rather incoherent and attacks the elemental. Getting a natural 1, but an 18 to hit, so the elemental takes 14 bludgeoning damage. And Pluto, we're over to you.
I continue my assault
Nice.
on the needle man. I get a 23 to hit,
It's a hit.
and I want to try to. I can't like disarm him, right?
Not unless you cut his arms off. They're like part of him.
Okay, we're gonna go.
Part of
We're gonna
it.
work towards that.
Okay.
I'm gonna do. Oh yeah, 18 damage,
Okay.
and let's just hit him again. Like a 27 to hit
Also a hit.
for 19 damage.
That destroys the injector, causing it, of course, using its reaction, and it explodes, spraying its lethal injection everywhere. So I need a con save.
Oh, that's my favorite.
So good.
Okay. Does a 16 make it?
The 16 makes the save, so instead of taking 40 poison damage, you only take 20.
Oh God!
Yeah.
I hit him and it just explodes and
Poison
my eye
everywhere.
I should have closed my eyes.
Yeah. Alrighty.
And then I'm gonna run over here,
Covered in goo.
goo and poison.
Do not rub up against dog coats.
And I'm gonna try. What is there any serious restrictions on like maneuvers? Can I only do like certain? Can I add?
What do you want to do?
I want to add a maneuver on a maneuver.
No, you can't apply 2 maneuvers to the same attack.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna quick toss him.
Yeah.
At him. So I'm gonna try to hit him with my javelin. Oh yeah.
Good song.
Javelin. I'm a bard.
Hey,
Trying to steal your
13
job.
damage into his back. I just hit him with a javelin.
Alrighty. That was Pluto, so we go to Gemini.
rushing up next to the fire elemental, I yell, "Hugs, not drugs." Because she transformed using drugs. Anyway,
And she took with drugs, yeah.
yeah. And then I'm going to make it the target of my Hexblade's curse.
Okay, go for it.
I keeping track of my abilities. Don't know why I didn't do that sooner, but there we go. And then I'm going to swing at it with my sword, getting an 18 to hit.
Alrighty.
And that is going to be, I'm going to use another Blade Flourish, doing 20 damage.
Oof.
And then I am going to attack it again, only getting a 13.
Not enough.
Fair enough, but my AC once again increases by 8.
Nice.
With the injector destroyed, Galatea, it is your turn.
All right, I am going to run up and attack with a booming blade. 18 to hit,
It's a hit.
Nice.
23 to hit.
Both are hits. This might be it for Sackoff.
Poor guy.
Girl.
Lady.
So 6 damage on one, and then 15 on the other.
With that, Sackoff is cut down, their mutated form being their final form, as the hulking body of what they transformed into collapses under the weight of the fire elemental and all your damaging attacks.
Yeah.
For the purposes of harvesting parts, is this a human?
Technically speaking, yes, Sackoff is. We're
Do they
in Sebastian Crow's. Sorry, we introduced the Apothecary in Sebastian Crow's,
Yes.
and so we're going to have a couple more villainous Apothecary stat blocks in Pluto Jackson's. So this is going to be one representing mutagenist Apothecary. So I guess they're technically humanoid still, but you can harvest some parts from the Injector.
Can I get a giant needle?
Yeah, giant needle. That would be the natural weapon.
I'm gonna go for the fluids.
Okay, Injector fluids.
Is there several injector fluids or just the injector fluid?
Basically, like their central tank is like mixing it and like using heat and cooling to like bring it to the consistency to be what it wants. But do you want but I'll say that there's the tincture and the toxin. So do you want the tincture or the toxin?
Toxin.
The toxin and Pluto?
I want. I kind of want something off the.
That's a humanoid. You
Yeah, we
take
can't
anything.
do it. So the Injector. I'll do the numbing spray.
Okay, so you're gonna do the tinctures,
fluid.
the tinctures, and the
Injector,
toxins. Yeah,
tink-
And they're a
Tinctures.
CR.
they're CR 12.
Well, toxin.
That was well done.
That was really good.
Well, beyond you are a set of spiral stairs leading to the next chamber. But we will have to find out what the experiments of Dr. Anders are in the next half.
As we fade back to the campfire.
Indeed.
Oh.
We return to the campfire as Pluto tells Veo and Sebastian of his adventures against these horrible creations.
And that is how I discovered numbing spray.
Okay, we just went through a whole... I got killed by apothecaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard you definitely fought some of those in that time.
You didn't even mention that you had fought apothecaries and their horrible creatures, and we could have planned way better if you had just... How did you not tell us? And they were working for Everett Freed?
They did say that, didn't they?
You knew who Everett Freed was years ago.
You know when like you're telling a story and then you start remembering things? Like that's what's happening.
Have you ever just tried remembering things?
No, because I don't know what I'm supposed to remember. Like I didn't know I was supposed to remember Everett Freed until like I was telling the story and I was like, oh yeah, Everett Freed, he came up.
Great.
Yeah.
So anyways, I think the point is that there's no shortcuts to success, okay? It's all brains and brawn, or mostly brawn. Actually, it's all brawn. It's actually all sit-ups and push-ups and crunches and like a hanging thing, and then maybe some weightlifting
There
as
are
well.
no shortcuts to strength.
Yeah, you can't just like inject yourself with a bunch of chemicals because like that's what happens.
I'm pretty sure your story detailed that one of the apothecaries literally took a shortcut and was a huge, massive monster.
And we killed it. Galatea lit it on fire. Gemini stabbed it a bunch, and I hit it with a javelin.
It wasn't as strong as them, I guess.
I guess.
Yeah, and buyer beware. That's another one.
Read the label.
Yeah, really try to understand what you're putting on your body because they converted. Oh yeah, I guess they did convert my friends. My people from my yeah. I don't remember any of
You
that.
seemed way more horrified when we ran into like this whole situation at Albrook University, not having remembered that it had already happened here.
Yeah, I probably had some like trauma, and I probably just like buried it.
Right, right. I've heard of that.
Yeah, but I think what's happening here is that I just need you to understand that.
I should be working out more. Is that the
I
lesson?
mean, I've been trying to tell you.
I've
that
been
for years.
I've been trying to start a workout routine. I've been doing lots of planks and scrunchies.
No one knows what a plank is. You made that up.
Well,
I think
with that,
I think the takeaway is truly that if we're gonna fight these creatures and we're gonna get that demon sword, we have to outsmart them because they've taken the quick route, just like summoning demons and like obeying commands, but we're smarter than that, and so we can overcome them with our natural strengths.
And implement a workout routine in the mornings.
Yeah, and also
Can you be my coach?
and more protein. Yeah, totally.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I ate enough protein.
Yeah, you're actually good on protein.
I'm good on that.
Well, with that, a big thank you to our amazing cast, Kelly, Jill, Joe, for playing this wild little mad science experiment.
And a big thank you to Kyle for all of the work that he does behind the scenes. Thanks, Kyle. And to our Dungeon Master, Monty Martin, for running the labs of the Apothecaries and all the new monsters that are going to be featured in our upcoming or currently on Kickstarter project, Monsters of Drakkenheim, featuring the book Pluto Jackson's Guide to Monster Slaying. That is going to include such monsters as the Reautomata, who you saw stabbing us to death.
Very prominently featured in the main Drakkenheim campaign, I would say.
If you watch our regular campaign, the Reautomata have murdered many people and almost us several times.
And I love them. Yeah.
They were scary there, and they're scary now.
Very
Yeah,
aggressive.
yeah.
We also got to see the Injector, which is
So good.
is great. I'm wondering, my thought was, should it take double damage from a spell like Shatter? And then all of its, I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like making it too vulnerable to things makes it
It's
die
one
too quickly.
spell that you might not have prepared.
Yeah, right.
But also I'm wondering if it has no fluids to use, if it should have an ability called Draw Blood, where it like draws your blood out and it does extra damage.
Maybe. Because like we do have it right now that it just needles you if it doesn't have any aggressive things to do. So maybe we should give it a couple more poisons and toxins.
I mean, a Draw Blood
there.
ability
Because-
that weakens you, that would be terrible.
Because that's the only thing with it is that right now it can explode and heal you,
Yeah.
which is kind of fun.
I
Right?
like that because you
Yeah.
never know what you're going to get with the
It can
explosion.
be in the fight.
Yeah.
I probably would have been dead if I didn't get healed.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Right. And then, of course, we did actually have a couple of our previous miniatures from Sebastian Crow's Guide to Drakkenheim. We did have one of the Apothecary miniatures and the Mutagenist transformation. And so these are representing we do have in Pluto Jackson's monster slaying guide, there will be a bunch of new monsters, but we will have a handful of NPC stat blocks as well. And in particular, a couple different types of apothecaries that you can use as villains in your game. So if you want to have a Mutagenist that's going to transform themselves at the start of combat, you can have a stat block for that too.
That's so cool.
So the Kickstarter is currently live, and you can follow the links below to make sure to get in on it and get your hands on the stats and the minis for all of the monsters that we're showcasing, as well as the book itself is going to have over 150 monsters. You're also seeing some rules that kind of in play for collecting monster parts, which is something that we're featuring in the book. We're going to have a crafting system where you collect monster parts and build cool items out of it. We're also going to have a ton of layers and lore. So there's going to be some battle maps and some layers that are detailed out so that you can kind of take the monsters, put them in the cool layers, read about the lore, and inspire great adventures and campaigns for your Drakkenheim world.
Yeah, it's really cool to use the crafting system because as soon as you know that you can harvest monster parts, it's interesting how as a player you're just like, that was a cool monster. I want this part of it.
Yeah.
Right? And yeah, as soon as you know that like you've got that in your choice, it actually makes it easier as a GM. Like you don't necessarily have to explain everything that's available because after one or two times, the players know, oh yeah, I can get the fluid, the blood, the body parts, and everyone has an intuitive sense of what it is. So our kind of goal with the crafting system is that the harvesting phase is very, very intuitive because it's grounded in the narrative rather than being this mechanical process.
And it's kind of broken into categories. So like you saw the Injector and you were like, ooh, I want the fluid in its tanks, which just counts as fluid
Yes.
for the intentions of what
I like
category
that
it fits.
simplified version.
And like I took the Injector arm, which counts as the category natural weapon, the same way I took the scything blade. There might be a magic item out there that says you need an Injector arm from
I
Injector.
believe there actually is. Isn't there? Haven't we made?
Well, I made one. There's a
needler-
monk weapon that uses the scything blade arms of the
Reautomata.
Reautomata.
Yeah.
So you can actually make a monk with two blade
We
arms.
do have a syringe crossbow.
There is a
Yes.
syringe crossbow that will
Oh, cool.
require the syringes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
cool.
So
Want it.
that's kind of the idea, is that you're going to actually rip the parts off the monsters and then build something like, well, I took
Yeah.
a bunch of syringes off the injector and build a crossbow that shoots them at people.
And the Reautomata is experimental. We have a cool potion called the Potion of Mutation. And so you can use aberration blood for that, but you can also use the experimental ichor or oils from constructs to make it as well.
That would be really
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. So be sure to follow the links down below. Get on the Kickstarter campaign. Thank you to everyone who's currently backed the Kickstarter. We are so excited for this campaign and to share more of the world of Drakenheim, the products of Callie and I's twisted imaginations, right to your game table. So follow the links down in the description below to get on the Kickstarter campaign right now. We're going to be continuing having more previews, showing off more of the miniatures, monsters, and more from Monsters of Drakenheim. So be sure to join us next week as we reveal even more and get part 2 of this little apothecary hunt here on our YouTube channel, 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time as we face more of the Monsters of Drakenheim.
Dark in the night, for a fight. Close they tear, the devil bite. Run, try to hide, best to stay out of sight. Take a string, so we see morning rise. Blades by a side, full of sand and fight. Grab the prey when bold, join the hunt tonight. Heading round, grab your gear as the monsters are near. Now we won't back down, face our fear. As a sword, shattered blade, spear. Visions of night won't break us here. Blades by a side, full of sand and fight. Grab the prey when bold, join the hunt tonight. I turn the tide for those left behind. Now we grit our teeth and we'll make things right. Now we know we can fight. Now we take back the night. Our will and the light can be taken tonight. Together we stand, shields breaking our hands. In the dark.